Welcome to Heard It on the X, the East Coast's premier music talk show. Brought to you by Rich's Music Exchange in Hamburg, New York, and online at richesmusicexchange.com. Sponsored by music industry leaders Regal Tip, Ernie Ball, Ampeg, and Mackie. And now, your hosts, Rich Rogenmoser and co-host The Doctor.
Broadcasting live from the second poorest city in America, here's Rich and The Doctor.
Like I said before, there are times when things don't lay the way they're supposed to lay. But regardless, you're supposed to hold your head up high and walk tall. Walk tall.
Welcome down, folks, to Heard It on the X, the East Coast premier music talk show. We got a huge show for you today, but here again, I am the Doctor, but I'm a little lonely today. Rich is actually out on remote. We're going to have him on the phone in just a little bit. He's out at Attitudes in Lockport. Like I said, we'll talk to him in just a minute. But huge show. We got Colin McDonald from The Trues, good friend of the show, going to come on for another interview. We've talked to him before. And the guys from Cock Robin and Barrelhead are going to come on, talk about that big show next weekend at the Chicken Coop. Rich, are you there?
I'm here, and I want all the listeners to know that there has been a coup. I received an email late last night saying that Kim and I are no longer welcome at Entercom Studios, and you and Diva Nicole have taken over the show. Is this true?
I wanted to let you know. I wanted to say thank you to Diva Nicole, who is taking over for Kim Marie as producer / beautiful woman in the studio / flip video worker / studio cam worker. She is donating her time today. But yes,
there's only one beautiful woman. Although Diva Nicole is beautiful, I'm not taking that away. There's only one beautiful woman that's in our studio, and that's Kim Marie. And next week we will take the studio back over because we're coming on with Ted Nugent. So we're bringing firepower with us next week.
Yeah, next week you are bringing. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Josh, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I want to let everyone know we are at Attitudes Bar and Grill out in Lockport, 616 West Avenue. This is a great place, Josh. I wish you were with us. There's two things that are great about Attitudes. One, they have a restaurant that stays open as long as the bar is open. Tell me that is not a brilliant idea.
Awesome. And
they got great food and drink specials, too. But the other thing is the beer is perfect temperature.
Oh, it's
perfect.
I've been there before. I've seen the Dave Frost band there last time. Well, you and Kim Marie. Actually, last time when you guys abandoned me and I had to take over for myself, Dave Frost band was playing there, and I shot out there and caught him after the show. That was when you guys bailed on me, and you were in California. But yes, Attitudes is an awesome, awesome place, and you're there. You're there, of course, because the Rich and Famous band will be playing tonight.
Which makes it even more special. The legendary Rich and Famous band will be taking the stage soon, and that's why I'm here today. But it's nice. We're in the Heard on the X remote truck, which is both stylish and functional.
There's a big picture of me on the side of that truck, isn't there?
There's a giant picture on the side, and there's cup holders enough to hold a 12-pack, which I find that to be very convenient.
A 12-pack of soda, of course, correct?
Of course, yes. We don't plan on driving. We're just going to park and stay here.
Did you get a lot of people honking when they saw my face on the side of the truck?
There's a lot of people honking. There's a lot of mayhem going on, and this place is going to fill up. It's going to be a good time tonight. A lot of fun out here at Attitudes. You got a huge show today. I know you've got Colin's going to be joining you. He's a friend of the show.
Yep.
And the guys that are doing the Barrelhead reunion. Barrelhead, of course, being a giant club from Western New York. In West Seneca in the 70s and early 80s. Those guys are doing their reunion. Fair Trade and Cock Robin. Of course, David Lee Frost, bass player for Fair Trade, is with me here tonight at Attitudes, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, and you guys are wrapping up your mini tour the last 5 days. You and David Lee Frost, you've been doing a tour of the greater Western New York region.
You know what? This is a funny story because you know how it works with bands. It's just like booking the radio show. You book everything a couple months in advance, you know? Mm-hmm. So periodically through the day, we're obviously busy with the radio show and the music store and everything else. Periodically throughout the day, I'll get a text from Dave or a text from a bar or whatever asking if you can take this date. And I'll say, yeah, sure. And then the lovely Kim Marie, who actually takes care of everything in my life, not just the radio show, but everything, she'll show me what I have to do, you know, on a week-to-week basis. When I looked at this week last week, I'm like, who booked the show on Sunday? You know, what's going on here? Who booked 5 days in a row? That's not right. David's actually played 8 gigs in the last 5 days.
Yeah, he's been doing 2-a-days for the last couple of days.
Yeah. And then, of course, it all starts again next week, Wednesday. I'm going to be at Max performing acoustically with Michael and David. And Max it's this hidden gem in Orchard Park. And I wanted to let everybody know out there, if you are a beer connoisseur, which, you know, I'm not. I like my alcohol, but I'm the paper bag with a 40 in it guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's...
If you're a beer connoisseur, Max is now brewing their own beers again because it is a brew house. So they have 4 different beers that they're brewing and then multiple other imported beers on tap. And that's Wednesday night, early gig, 8 to 11. Thursday, we're going to be back at Shandy's, and you took the wing challenge. How did you do with the wings?
I took the wing challenge. I think my eyes were bigger than my stomach. Last week we said that I was going to go for 150. I actually maxed out at 50. But, I mean, you said yourself, that's still kind of impressive.
50 is, I think that's incredible. I mean, I am twice your size. I don't think I could come anywhere near that. I mean, you're a svelte young man. You're not a beast.
I think I'm very well sculpted. But
you are.
But back to what you were saying about Max real quick. I just want to say Max is one of my favorite bars, if not my favorite bar in the area. It sounds great. There's always great bartenders. Scotty does a great job running that place. And like you said, I mean, just a fantastic place. Check you guys out, Acoustic Wednesdays there.
Yeah, and the Clinton family they're wonderful people, man. They're just like the best people going. And they obviously have the River Grill, and they have Max. It's just a great place. I mean, they're wonderful. And Scotty's doing a lot of work there. He's changing this fall when they have their regular band lineup in the fall. It's going to have a whole new facelift inside there, which will be pretty cool.
Yeah, they're doing a little bit of remodeling inside there. And, I mean, if Scotty needs a home for that Ted Williams ball in the meantime, just to keep it away from that construction, he knows he can always call me.
I'm sure he will.
I wore my Ted Williams jersey last Wednesday when I came to see you guys acoustically, and he wasn't there. I was disappointed.
I know he was at a work banquet or a retirement party or so. He'll be there this Wednesday for sure. So, and it'll be a lot of fun. It's summertime in Western New York, though. You know, brother, we're talking about, you know, gigs. Everyone's gigging like crazy, and it's like everyone lives bottled up for 6 months out of the year to have these 4 or 5 months that we can all go out and do some stuff, and everyone jams a lot of life in this area in 4 or 5 months, it seems, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and I mean, a lot of people doing outdoor parties, a lot of stuff, and if you need anything for outdoor parties or you're just doing a gig, come to the Music Exchange.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because, like I said before, and I say it all the time, it is super affordable and simple. You come, you rent a PA system from us, whether you're a band that needs to perform and you don't have enough gear, if you need to rent microphones and stands, or if you need to rent a whole system, we got you covered. But if you're just having an outdoor party, we'll rent you a small PA system. It's very affordable, give you the cord to hook your iPod into it, and you've got yourself a giant backyard raves. That's what I like to have, Josh. Backyard raves.
You keep inviting me to these backyard raves, and I know you just ordered glow sticks by the bundle. I mean, pallets of glow sticks just get delivered weekly.
And I have my son's machine. I do that. Yeah, the neighbors love that. You know they love that.
Yeah, and
trance music and our house music.
The strobe light.
Out there, Music Exchange. It's summer rental time. So if your kid's involved in playing instruments at school, band instruments, orchestra instruments, and you're lost and you don't know who to ask questions, give us a call, 646-6240. Email me, rich@richesmusicexchange.com. We'll set you straight. We'll coach you through it. And once you're at the store, your family, so we'll take care of you.
As always, the Music Exchange has everything you need musically.
Josh, I want to talk about these disturbing pictures of you from Twitter that I've been getting.
Listen, it's not me. It's not me. My Twitter was hacked. Okay.
No, your Twitter wasn't hacked because it was from you, and you were actually proud of these pictures from the captions. I can't read the captions on the air, but you were pretty proud of them.
Actually, me and Jim just went through the dump log. I'm pretty sure that we cannot talk about these captions on the air.
How about Anthony Weiner? He's like the gift that keeps giving. Just having that name is beautiful, isn't it?
I know, and I actually liked him a lot. Like before, this whole thing came up, I was a big fan of the Anthony Weiner, and
I've said this on Facebook. It's not even a partisan issue. This is the only time that these politicians are bipartisan is when they're either robbing us blind or doing something so unscrupulous that you have no respect for them anymore. I've had it with the political establishment. But let me just run this by you really quick. Think about this. We live in one of the heaviest tax states in the union. I mean, hands down. They tax us on everything. Pretty soon there's going to be a tax on the air we breathe here in New York State. They're going after the Indians again now. Any way that they can make a dime off you in the state and give you nothing, they do it. But look at the amount of corruption just in our politicians. You had Elliot Spitzer, who was elected governor, and then we found out that he likes to get really, really expensive prostitutes. Then you got Chris Lee, who was from this area, who likes to take goofy pictures of himself and tries to date women even though he's married. And now you got Anthony Weiner downstate, who's doing all this stuff. Is it any wonder why our state is the most corrupt state?
this is the breeding grounds for that type of thing, Rich. And like you said, back to the name is perfect. I love that it was Anthony Weiner. I mean, it couldn't get more perfect unless it was like Congressman Crotchshot that was taking these pictures.
You know, and the thing about it is, I love these guys, though, because they just lie. They lie on TV. They'll just keep lying, and then they keep getting caught in their lies. I mean, this is just a disastrous thing, and it's just another black eye for New York politics.
It is. But back to music. We're going to have to go to a break, and then we'll come back with the guys from the Barrelhead. Rich, real quick, I just want to cover again, you are at Attitudes in Lockport with the Rich and Famous Band. David Lee Frost is there, who will be at this Barrelhead reunion.
That's right. Yeah, I'm here with Dave Frost, and we're at Attitudes, 616 West Avenue in Lockport. Come out and say hi. If you say you're here because of the Heard It on the X show, Dave Frost is going to buy you a drink. He's got a lot of money on him, so just come on out and let Dave buy you some drinks. I want to say this, too, and I know you got to head to a commercial. The lovely Kimberly and myself will be taking the studio back over next week, and we are bringing Ted Nugent with us. So you and Diva Nicole had better be frightened. But Friday, I'm going to go see Zoso again. So I'll have a report when I come back about the Zoso show down in Cleveland.
All right. Well, me and Diva Nicole will definitely stop by Attitudes after we wrap up this the best episode of Heard It on the X today. We will come by. What's that?
I'm sorry, I think it's going to be weak, and I'm just happy that you have a professional like Jim there running the board, because it would be completely lost without it.
Jim is falling off his stool behind the board. I'm pretty sure he is hammered right now.
Jim's been drinking since about noon.
The least professional engineer I've ever worked with.
Well, my beer's empty. I have to go.
All right, well, I will see you in a short bit.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
All right, see you. We'll be right back on the other side of the break. We got the guys from the Barrelhead reunion talking about that. Stick around. More Heard It on the X.
Gilbert O'Connell.